Hi guys, I'm Captain Mike, Editor-in-Chief of Florida Sport Fishing Magazine and host of Florida Sport Fishing TV. We're up in Tampa Bay fishing for sheep's head, just having an absolutely awesome trip. But I wanted to take a break from the action for a few minutes and talk to you a little bit more about this SeaVee 270Z bay boat. You know, this is really quickly becoming one of, if not my absolute favorite boat. It is absolutely incredible. You know, the industry right now is flooded with these bay boats, these hybrid boats that are so much more than what your typical bay boat used to be. You know, these boats can do so much more, and certainly this SeaVee 270Z is at the absolute top of the pack. You know, first of all, the fit and finish, the quality of the build, this is a SeaVee through and through. I don't care if you've got a 34, a 37, a 39, a 43, or any of their other extraordinary models. The quality of the build, the performance, the amount of effort that went into designing this boat, I'll tell you, it is absolutely exceptional. Now, there's a few things about this boat that really separate it from all of the other bay boats on the market. First of all, it's big. It's 27 foot long, a 9 foot 1 inch beam. So you're talking about a big, beefy boat, but yet it only drafts 15 inches. So you can still get this boat into some relatively shallow water. Granted, it's not a technical poling skiff, but that's not what this was designed to do. It was designed to open up a wide array of fisheries to anglers that just couldn't get on the water before. You can fish in the bay, you can fish in rivers, you can of course run out to the ocean, and with 116 gallon fuel capacity, you can run this baby to the Bahamas. Okay, I mean, it really is an exceptional platform. A few of the things that really separate this boat, for one, is the storage, and that's really important for us. When we're filming, you know, we've got a lot of gear, a lot of tackle, a lot of camera equipment, so storage is absolutely essential. And it all starts up here on this forward casting deck that has a nice large tow rail, so it's really comfortable up here with the non-skid. It's safe, and again, no obstructions. As you can see, everything is flush, so if you're throwing a cast net or if you're throwing a fly rod, there's nothing to get hung up on, and that's important. They thought about that. Of course, we've got way up in the bow, the Minn Kota trolling motor, a lot of options with trolling motors. This one self-deploys, really, really nice feature. Big anchor locker right up in the bow there, plenty of capacity. Now, as you move back, you've got this giant box right here. And this is, I'll tell you, there is so much room in this box, you literally can fit a ton of gear, an absolute ton of gear, as you can see, and it's dry. It's dry. Big channels that all drain off, gas shocks, all stainless hardware, you know, gasketed enclosures on everything. You can fit a ton of gear in here. And the bottom platform lifts up and out. That's where your trolling motor batteries are, and your trolling motor battery charger as well is right down below here. Very easy to access, okay? If you want to replace the batteries or, you know, service the batteries, whatever it is that you want to do, it's very easy to access that area. As you move over, here's something you're not going to see in a lot of bay boats, okay? I don't think you're going to see this in any other bay boat. You've got dual 75 gallon, I didn't say quart, I said gallon, 75 gallon insulated fish boxes. Or again, additional storage. You can see we've got our safety gear, ditch bags, some equipment. This is just a giant box, and there's one on either side of the boat here, okay? So you've got plenty of storage. In combination with this big center box, I don't care how much gear you have, you're not gonna fill these boxes. Moving back, we've got a big rod locker, okay? Lockable rod locker right here. Can easily slide in long fly rods, 7-8 foot spinning outfits. I've had as many as 6 rods in this rod locker. Nice feature. You can keep all your tackle right on the boat, rods that you're not using, some extra gear. You know me, I'm all about preparation. You know, you're always ready for plan A, plan B, and plan C. And it's nice to have those extra rods out of the way, but they're there when you need them. Right in the center up here, in the step up to this giant casting deck. And again, you can see how big, look at the size of this casting deck up here. I mean, honestly, you can literally fit, I can't tell you how many guys. I'm not a small guy, and you could fit 10 of me up here. So it's extraordinary how big this forward casting deck is. Right in the center here on this step, we've got one of two live wells. So you've got two live wells on this boat. You've got your forward one up here, and in the stern, you're gonna see a secondary live well. Okay, really nice feature to have two live wells on a bait boat. Next, directly in the center, we've got, if you can believe it, additional storage. And what's cool about this is designed for a 5-gallon bucket to sit right in there. So you can have a cast net, you can have some additional anchoring equipment, some ground tackle, cleaning supplies, whatever it is that you wanted. Plenty of room, big large drains, big channel, everything stays dry right inside here. You know, so again, another nice feature. I showed you all of these compartments and all of the storage, but once you step down off of this, you know, giant forward casting deck, you really feel nice and safe and stable. You've got a lot of freeboard, it's really high. You never feel like your safety is jeopardized, even if it's rough. I'll tell you, we've been out on some really bumpy days on this bay boat, and I've never felt like our safety was jeopardized in any way whatsoever. So that's something to keep in mind. Next is our console here. In the forward part of the console, we've got an insulated cooler. This could be a fish box. You can see we've got it loaded with big fat sheep's head. Okay, big insulated fish box. It could be a beverage cooler if you wanted it. So again, another area that's really useful. And then the console itself, look at the size of the inside of that console. Very easy to access all of your breakers, your battery switch, everything you need. You can put additional safety gear down below, additional tackle. You couldn't fill these boxes if you tried. I mean, you really couldn't. And this is nice, you know, you don't think about all of these little features, but I'll tell you what, it's certainly nice to have them, you know, regardless if you use them or not. Beverage holders, some rod holders down both sides of the console, 5 rod holders down both sides of the console, big console, full enclosure, okay, full enclosure right here. Really nice, you know, you can see this pipe work. We've got it all powder coated. We've got some LED lights. This particular model has a big LED light bar right up on top, so you've got plenty of light for nighttime fishing or cruising. But that enclosure is awesome. It really keeps you protected from the elements in the event that it's raining or windy or whatever the case. It's nice to have that enclosure. Another nice feature, you know, this cap. You've got plenty of room up and down these gunnels to literally walk right down the side of the boat, right up on the gunnel. It's got the non-skid, plenty of room to maneuver around. If you're, you know, trying to walk a fish or throw a cast net and lift bait up into the boat, ample room, both down on the level deck and up on the cap, up on the gunnel here, real important. The rod holders we talked about. This boat will also hold a whole bunch of fresh water, so you've got not only a raw water washdown system, a saltwater washdown system, but you also have fresh water. You know, that's nice if you're gonna go snorkeling or diving, or, you know, you just wanna rinse your gear off or you wanna rinse yourself off. Having that freshwater system is a nice feature. The console, the hardtop, you know, we talked about this, powder coated in this particular case, but this has a complete upper station, and that's what's really awesome. The visibility that's afforded from up there is really beneficial. Super simple to get up there. You're just gonna walk, literally step right up on the dash, right up on here, and boom, you're up there in a second. Look at the size of this dash here. Look how much space you have for multiple screens. We've got a VHF stereo system. All your buttons, you know, are very easy to access. You've got your trim tabs. You know, everything is right there. Your power pole controls, the jack plate for the motor is right here on the side of the wheel. Again, a couple more beverage holders. So you really couldn't ask for any more than this. I mean, you honestly couldn't. So you have easy access to batteries, easy access to electronics, easy access to speakers. You could essentially store more stuff down here if you needed to, but it's not cramped. It's not in a tight little area where you can't access anything. You know, here, as you can see, everything is right at your fingertips. Really nice. Tilt steering for comfort, another nice feature. You know, SeaVee, they want you to be comfortable running this boat, so you can simply make the small adjustments, you know, specifically for you. And there are some seating options here. You can go with the bucket style racing seats, or you can go with a big bench seat. This one you can see has a nice big backrest, nice stitching with the SeaVee logo right on the back of the backrest. We have additional rod holders. There are 4 more rod holders here, more beverage holders. You can never have enough beverage holders, that's for sure. Big grab rail, nice and safe. Big frigid rigid cooler for all your beverages and your food, and we all know frigid rigid ice chests are literally the best in the business. Tackle center right here with drawers, leader, spools. You can have knife holder. I mean, this is like an offshore boat. I mean, it really is. There's so much to this bay boat. It's literally like a 32 or 34 foot center console with all of these features that you would expect to see on an offshore platform, but they put them on a bay boat. Combing bolsters, how about that? Okay, so you literally, when you're leaning up here fighting a fish, it's comfortable. It's comfortable and it's safe. Additional gunnel mounted rod holders back here. Plenty of capacity for as many rods as really that you need. We've got additional rod holders up here on the hardtop with a rocket launcher. I mean, come on, how many rods can you fish at one time? How about this on a bay boat? Big bench seat back here. I mean, this thing's almost like a love seat. It's got a giant backrest, so you're really comfortable when the boat's running or just lounging. You know, super nice feature. But when you don't need it, here's what's cool. Just folds right down and out of the way. And again, you've got another giant casting deck back here. And what's really neat is you can lift this up and talk about access to your bilge area. Talk about access to your bait well pumps. I mean, forget about all of those little tiny bay boats where you can't even crawl through a little hatch. Here, gosh, I could practically get inside here. I mean, look at this. Okay. Anything that I want to service, anything that I need to access, very, very easy to do so right through here. Again, SeaVee through and through. And we'll go ahead and close this. More beverage holders. Then up on this back casting deck, we've got another live well. This is our secondary live well back here. Shrimp, crabs, you know, of course, pilchards, herring, any sort of bait, mullet. So you could have access to bait in the front of the boat. You could have access to bait in the back of the boat. You can put different baits in different wells. Awesome, really, really awesome. Very, very, very fishy. Back here on this big casting deck, we have additional storage. 2 big compartments right back here. You can use these for trash, for, you know, really anything, tackle, fish, you know, I mean, whatever you wanted to put in these. So it's nice to have additional storage back here. Right down here, you've got additional access to down below. So between your hatch under the bench seat and between this big access point, you can have access to your bait well pumps, your bilge pumps are back there. They thought about all of this, you know, they really thought about making access to areas very easy and very accessible. So you could service the boat, you can maintain the boat. It's just a nice feature. Finally, let's talk about power options. This particular SeaVee 270Z is powered by a Mercury 350 horsepower Verado. Plenty of torque, plenty of top end speed. You know, we've hit low 50s, 53, 54, and that's with the hardtop, okay? That's with a full load of fuel and all of our gear. So this is a fast boat with a lot of hole shot. You can power this 270Z with a wide array of different power options. You can even put twins on this boat. If you're looking for the security of twins, or you know, if that's the way that you wanted to go, you can do it and put twin outboards on this 270Z. Dual power poles. Again, by the push of a button, you can anchor right in position. That's a nice feature as well. You know, speed we talked about, wide open throttle, like I said, in the low 50s, maybe mid 50s, depending on how you have the boat rigged. So it's certainly fast enough, you know, and competitive with any other bay boat that's out there on the market. When you think about all of these features and all of the benefits on this 270Z, it's really, really hard to beat this boat. You know, it's not only a bay boat. I have to stress that. They call it a bay boat, but it's so much more. We've done so much more with this boat, and it's capable of doing, you know, just about anything that you ask of it to do. Big scuppers, I didn't even mention that, to drain a lot of water off the deck. So, you know, they thought about a lot of different features: safety, performance, efficiency. This boat, very much like all of the other Z models in the SeaVee lineup, has the patented step hold design. You know, this boat is designed to go fast, but it's designed to be comfortable, designed to handle rough conditions, you know, a close, small, tight chop that's really common in bays. And I'll tell you, it's just an incredible ride. It's almost breathtaking, you know, especially when you're up there in that upper station and you've got this baby wide open and your face is just peeled back, you know, flying across a wide open bay at 50 miles an hour. Really makes you appreciate what a quality boat this really is. I want to finish off by saying, again, there's a lot of great boats out there on the market, but when you really start thinking and adding up all of the different features that are on this boat, the storage, the performance, the efficiency, the fishability of the boat, you know, they really thought about everything. And when you put all of that together with SeaVee Fit and Finish, okay, it's impossible to beat. It really is.